Good evening, everyone. Glad you guys can join us this evening. Um, as people join in, I want to tell you all thanks for understanding about Sunday and next Sunday that we will not have on campus church due to all of our volunteers, or most of them, are sick. And I have basically no techies that can do camera and sound. And a lot of our band members are sick also. So be in prayer for them as you guys think about what to pray for this week. And about what can we talk about tonight. And I thought about who, there's so much that we're bombarded with today, information. So who can you trust? Who can you trust in today's world? Who should you trust in today's world? Because there's a lot of things that are thrown at us. And I think it's just a good question for us to talk about this evening. The way you answer that question will determine whether you're happy or miserable, or whether you're in a successful career, or whether you succeed or fail in life in general. Whether you make something of life or whether you waste your life, how you answer that question is, who should I trust? To determine who you should trust, just I want to list some things for you this evening. Is ask yourself some questions. Who always has your best interest in mind? Think about that for a minute. Who always has your best interest in mind? Next thing is, who will help you make important decisions? Who do you have in your life that will help you make important decisions? Who wants to see you succeed in life? Do you have someone like that? And another question is, should you trust popular opinion? And I think about these. This may not be a good idea since it constantly changes in popular opinion and all those other things. So just some people sometimes that we trust celebrities. But should you trust celebrities? Should you trust the latest trends? Because you think about those two things. Trends change, right? Trends change. Trends fade. Fads fade. So should you make a critical life decision based on what you read on social media? Going back to that question, who should you trust? And because it's online doesn't mean, of course, it's trustworthy or reliable. I'm assuming you guys know that. And what about trusting yourself? You have that gut feeling, you have those things inside you. Well, those things inside you are sometimes called emotions, and emotions can lie. So listen to this Bible verse out of Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? So when I think about that, and we live by our emotions can be easily manipulated by other people and by our changing moods. If we're gonna entrust our life or entrust something to someone, let's say our future, to someone or something, you better choose someone who has your best interest at heart, someone who knows everything, someone who is perfect in every way, someone who will never, ever lie to you. That kind of limits your options to one person. That's God. No one else is ever going to always tell you the truth. Let me repeat that. No one else is ever going to always tell you the truth. They're going to shade it. So I have dear friends, they're going to shade the truth. They're going to filter it. They're going to make it sound nice. They're not going to tell you what you need to hear, but what you need to hear is the truth, right? Sometimes. And because it's the truth, the Bible says the truth will set us free. So when you think about that, sometimes we lie about ourselves, we lie to ourselves, we lie to others and the world, and they lie to us, and on about how life really is. And think about what the world offers. The world will offer you only bondage. It will keep you in bondage. And even though the truth will set you free, it may make you miserable at first. You guys know that? So a lot of times the truth, we want to hear the truth, and we may have a trusted friend or God may speak truth to us, but man, it will make us miserable at first. That's why people really don't like the truth and so many times avoid the truth. We don't want to hear the truth. We know that most of our problems are brought on ourselves by poor decisions that we've made. So it's hard to hear that, hey, listen, Andy, you're suffering or you're going through this because of these poor decisions. We don't want to hear about our own stubbornness and about our own ego and about our own insecurities that cause stress in our life, but it's the truth. So listen to this verse in Psalm 33:4. For the word of the Lord holds true, and we can trust everything he does. It's kind of like this: God said it, and that settles it, whether or not you believe it. That's what I believe. God said it, and that settles it, and that's it. God isn't waiting for my opinion to figure out what's right or what's wrong. God said it, and it's true. And I think about that. I can't help but think sometimes I lie to myself or I seek friends that I want to speak truth to me, but they really don't. There's only one that I can trust right now and that I should trust, and that's God. There's so many things, so many voices that are thrown at us every single day trying to get you to trust them. If you read the news or watch the news, trust me. If you have someone that you talk to, they want you to trust them. So we all have those voices that are bombarding us every day to trust them. But there's only really one voice that you can trust that will always have your best in mind. And it's so simple, yet it's so difficult. Is trust God for your present, for today, and for tomorrow, for my future. So I trust God for my present and my future. Because here's what I know: God will never let me down, ever, ever, ever. So as you're bombarded with so many things in life, and you think about who should you trust, and you have these voices, and you have these people, and you have these websites, and you have social media, and you have news if you watch or read the news, and you have all these things saying, trust me. There's only one you can trust, and that's God. And once again, he will never let you down. So just a few questions tonight. What voices do you tend to listen to other than God's? So what voices, what things do you tend to listen to other than God's voice? Why is it often easier to believe what we hear from other sources rather than trusting in God's truth? Why is that? Why is it so easy to believe other sources? I can't help but think because we're not in the Word as much as we should be. We're not as close to God as we should be. We're straddling the fence between Christianity and the world, and you can't straddle the fence. So what will you trust God for today? What will you trust God for today, right now? Just a good question for you. Hey, listen, I'm glad you joined us this evening. Remember, Sunday service is not on campus. We will be online, streaming online on our platforms again, and praying that we can get back to church the following Sunday. I think that's the 15th of August, and I'm really confident that that will happen. For those of you who are sick right now, whether it's allergies or COVID or whatever, I want you to know we are praying for you. And remember, no church Sunday. And if you want to give, guys, we always encourage you to continue giving. Even when we do church online, you can give online at our website or on our app, and we would cherish whatever you give so we can continue ministry at Youngsville Community Church. And we thank you so much for that. Hey, listen, God bless you guys, and I hope to see you Sunday online. Have a great, great rest of the week.